Sioux Falls. It's on my list that I got. Anyway.
Need to know whenever we're live here. Okay. Hello, YouTube Coin communities. Me, Robert, with Cointalk. Today, we're live downtown Cincinnati at the Coins Plus store. Hello, everybody. I'm good. Glad to see you. Hello, freaking awesome. We got Blue Moon B in the house. We got JB's out here. Alden Davis, Brad Karloff, myself. We got a whole bunch of. We got a nice crew down here, guys. We're gonna take and show you all Brad Karloff and Coins Plus library. So we're taking and trying to get everything together. You can have a seat. No one's gonna notice because you're not. Yeah, you ain't being there.
I wanted people to
Okay, now we got Brad right there. So, okay, guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Brad and let Brad do the news. So, everybody, here's Brad with today's news.
Hello, everybody. Okay, coin shows, June the 1st.
Coinacopia, Tampa, Florida. Also the Knoxville Coin and Currency Show in Knoxville, Tennessee. The first and the second, the AMA Coin and Card Show in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. June 2nd, Sacramento Coin Show in, of course, Sacramento, California. Universal Coin Show, Fairview Park, Ohio. The Garden State Coin and Currency Show in Parsippany, New Jersey. South Jersey Coin and Stamp Show in Lindenwold, New Jersey. The Piatone Coin Show in Piatone, Illinois. Decatur Coin Show, Decatur, Indiana. And also on June 2nd, the Gold Coast Coin and Stamp Show, Hollywood, Florida. June the 8th, we're looking at the Cleveland Coin Expo in Broadview Heights, Ohio, and the South River Coin Show in Melbourne, Florida. June the 9th, the 7th Street Coin and Currency in Indianapolis, Indiana. Orange Coin Collectible Show, Orange, Connecticut. The West Suburban Coins and Collectibles Show in Countryside, Illinois. Also on June the 9th, Steve Middleton Memorial Coin Show in Flemington, New Jersey. And the Montgomery County Coin Show, Telford, Pennsylvania. Do not forget, coming up, the big GCNE, Greater Cincinnati Numismatic Exposition. July 25th through 27th here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Come one, come all, introduce yourself. We'll have a great time. Also in the news, have you heard the new German 11 euro football coin? Soccer to those that aren't familiar with European football. For the Euro 2020 Championship was a complete sellout. It's a 500 fine silver coin. They minted 1 million and they sold out in the first day. So that looks like it could be a modern, somewhat rarity coming up. Currently, spot gold at $23.40, silver at $31.13, platinum at $10.24, palladium at $9.34, and rhodium at $4,600. Robert, back to you.
Okay, everybody. Just to let you know, we have a new setup. That was not my mic, just so you guys know. Like I said, we do have a new setup here. We've got about 5 or 6 different cameras that we're using to take and to show off different parts of the library for you. So we're going to take, basically what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to, well, I don't know. We're going to just go around. There you go. There's floor with Brad. And there's the library right behind Brad, as you guys can see. So, yeah, we are stacked and packed. We got everybody here. We even have a little bit of the behind the scenes that we can take and get your happy ass up and walk around. Trying to, there you go. Yeah, show off that right there statue. Guys, take a look at that statue. You can own it. Is made of silver.
That's 1,000 ounces of pure silver.
1,000 ounces of pure silver. There you go.
Frederick Remington Studios.
If you'd like to take and buy it, feel free to ask Brad. He'll give you a number on it.
I think today that's probably $40,000 delivered.
$40,000 delivered, and you can own that. Hey, there you go, guys. Dropping the bucket for some of you out there. Hey, Frank, get that pocket change out. It ain't gonna hurt you.
Frank's trying to get into my cash register already.
Aha. Yeah, I see that. He likes the
Well,
old
we can see you.
register.
That's not your best
Yeah,
side.
we can see you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can see it.
Floor like that. You know,
Yeah, that camera there.
we're all getting used to what's going on here. I don't have Vanna White, I have Vanna Brown. So, you know, everybody, she'll be wandering around behind me every now and then with something else off of the floor or the shelf, out of the drawer or something. You know, God forbid she finds, you know, the real stash. But, you know, we have all kinds of stuff here. We have one of those old cluttered coin shops that you like to get into and look around because you never know what you're going to find where.
How to do the books?
Oh, Shadrach said he'd buy it, but he can't get it into an airtight. I'll get it into an airtight for you.
Yeah, we'll make certain that it gets delivered. That's not a problem. Okay, let's see here. Let's find out. I'll tell you what, before we actually get started.
Sure, let's just chat a little bit and let people get on, and then we'll start doing the book.
That's what I was about to say. Anybody on the panel, do you guys have anything that you would like to talk about? If so, bring it up now.
Chime in.
You know what? Go ahead, JP.
JP, you've got to have something to say. You've always got something to say.
Yeah, I'm never short on words. How's everything looking for the coin show in July in Sharonville?
What about coin show?
What about the coin show in Sharonville?
How's everything looking? We got
Oh, things are looking great. We actually added more tables, so it is beyond what we thought was going to be a sellout. So there are still a few tables left. Should we sign you up for one, JP?
no, I'll just be hanging out at yours.
I was gonna say, you're gonna be hanging
that's
out
okay.
at the front table
Well, then
anyway.
I'll figure out what your share of the table is then.
All right.
JBB, aren't you doing the podcast? You're doing the podcast.
I'm sure we'll be doing some podcasting.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, JB's going to be in charge of that. See, right here you have a little bit of the behind the scenes look at the
Nice.
library. Some of you may recognize a few of the books. Some of you may recognize a lot of the books. So if you want to know about a specific title or you have a coin and you want to know which book to look it up in, send us your questions and we will be happy to try to answer them all.
A lot of books there, guys. A lot of books. Pay attention to the books. See if you can stump Brad and ask him about a certain book and see if you can't find it in that big library. I'm not joking. Try and do it. Just try.
So this is my working library here at the shop. I have a much larger one at home. And then this is the other side of the working library. And the cabinet that you see them in is an old apothecary cabinet from Eaton, Ohio. So an apothecary was a drug dealer, a legal drug dealer, much like, you know, your Walgreens today. And this was a huge cabinet that they had in their shop. My business partner bought this in an auction. The cabinet itself dates back to pre-Civil War time. And we bought it, we put it in here in the shop and use it as a bookshelf. So you're still looking at the working side of the library. One more shelf there of the working library. When we move down to the next section, that's going to be all of the books that I have for sale here. So as he moves down
Okay,
to,
let's change it to everybody for right now. Okay.
all right, so
real quick, the one thing I'd like to say on that is that the entire bookshelf there At one time, it used to sag and creak and all that other stuff. And Brad had a really, really good contractor come in and repair it for him. Just saying.
Yeah, but yeah, I would give the guy about a half a star.
Hello, Nick. Howdy, howdy,
Hi.
howdy.
Hey, Nick, how are you?
Hi there. How are you guys?
Well, you were right. You're only a little late.
I think that cabinet's great. And you said it's
You
Good
like
to
that?
see you,
Civil
Nick.
War?
Good to see you, Nick. I'm glad
It's
you're here.
pre-Civil
see you.
War. Back to
I'm
when
sorry?
Robert was a young man.
Yeah, I was just a little
Where did you
kid
pick
whenever
that
I
up?
took it and repaired it.
I'm sorry?
Where did you pick it up?
It was in an auction out of Eaton, Ohio, and my business partner bought it in, I think it was the 1990s. So Frank says
cool.
coin collecting is like a drug. It makes sense. Absolutely.
Where'd you get the cash register? Because I actually used one of those.
Well, we use that one here. That's about a 1913 to 1915 cash register. Again, my business partner found it in a local antique auction. We'll get you a close up here of it. There we go.
Cool.
That is
And
cool.
it works. Does anybody at home know why they have a marble shelf here on the cash register?
I do.
It works. We use it.
It's where you put the
But
money.
anybody at home know about the marble
You break it up, Brad.
Yeah, you're breaking up,
part of the
Brad.
cash register?
Yeah, hold on, guys. Guys, it's not us. It is the technical difficulties on our router. We will do our best to keep you guys coming, but just letting you know, we are on a different router and
It's not set up to take all the stream that we're giving it.
right.
Yes.
Frank Mon said,
Oh, Frank, yeah, you're right. So you can hear the silver. If you had a coin and you weren't sure if it was real, you would drop it onto the shelf there. And if it was a good coin, it would ring out. And if it was a bad coin, it would kind of thud.
So what
We
did I
also
miss
set
from-
the money there. Yeah, we also set the money there, like whatever they give you. They give you a 20, they give you a 50, you set it there before you put it
Oh,
in
no,
the
I
drawer.
just put that in my pocket. Come on, Blue Moon.
My
Hey,
coin
hey,
dealer
hey.
for real did make change out of his wallet, and all the cash went into his wallet.
Yeah, 50s and 100s go into my pocket. The 1s, 5s, and 10s go in the cash register.
You have to know how to make change too. They don't know how to make change nowadays. They have the
Well, that's
electronic
for sure.
cash register. Yeah, they don't know how to count to the dollar. It's pretty funny.
I
I
just,
try to
if
teach them and they
somebody
get
wants
mad.
change, I tell them we don't make change here. We just keep it all.
They get mad. The younger people get angry with me when I try to teach them how to make change, and they get angry. So I'm like,
If the
okay,
number,
well,
if the number doesn't come up on the cash register, they'll argue with you. I mean, they
Yeah.
will argue with you.
yeah.
And
And if you get an
welcome,
old bill-
Fuzzy. Hello, darling.
And also, anybody at home, if you want to see anything else particular here at the shop, ask, and if it doesn't compromise security, we'll show it to you. I left everything out in the cases today, so you can get an idea of what we have here and different types of coins and bullion that we sell.
now, these are books for sale that he's showing behind the scenes right now.
So what books would you suggest a new coin collector to start reading first? And don't just say the red book.
The red book.
I know you were going to say that.
Good
Don't just
question,
say
Nick.
The red book.
Yeah,
Say
good
some-
question.
Tell us a book that
Well,
if they
Well, it would depend, Nick, on where their interests lie. So
Mhm.
most of the time, new collectors, I try to just direct towards very basic types of books.
Mhm.
But you know, probably most of the books I have are things that we go to intermediate to advanced collectors rather than beginners. Most of the beginners books, I tell them, go to the library, check out the books there that they have on numismatics, read them, write down your questions, and come back and ask me. Because once you grasp the very basics, you don't really need that book. So why should we spend $30, $40, $50 on basic beginner books that you're going to read once and never need again? So,
or if they
that's
do
probably where beginners should start out, at the library.
And if they do purchase them, they could pay it forward as well to other coin collectors.
Yeah. Frank Mons asked the first library question here. What do you definitive book on Morgans? Well, there isn't a quote unquote definitive book on Morgans, but if you were going to collect Morgans seriously, I would suggest a number of books. Unfortunately, some of them are out of print. You can still find them, but we'll go from there. So, so for the two books that, let me go back over here. So the two books that I'm going to show you here, the first one is the Wayne Miller Morgan and Peace Dollar textbook. It's out of print. The information in it is oh, okay. So I see everybody now. Does everybody hear me?
Yes.
Not yet?
No, yes, we can hear
Yes,
you.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, very good. All
Sorry,
right.
guys.
So now the pricing information in that is woefully outdated, but the beauty of this book is it breaks down each date and MIP mark coin by strike characteristic and luster characteristic, and gives you a rarity based on mint state grade. So that is a very important book to anybody that is collecting that series.
Hi, Alden. Hi. You're the star of the show.
You didn't know it, but you are.
It sounds like it. As far as Morgan dolls, I've got a few books on Morgans, but I recommend the red book for Morgans.
Nice.
Alden, I just pulled mine out too to show. I really enjoyed that one. But my
I did
cover's
too.
different.
Yeah, it covers all the basics, and that's what I like about it. And then I
Yeah.
started buying other Morgan books that got more into the different.
But it's a good starter
designs.
book, in my opinion.
I agree. It's you know, it goes a lot deeper than that book covers, but it gives you a general knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that. I don't know how I got front and center, but here I am.
It really does cover a lot. And then also with pictures, that helps.
Right. Yeah.
to be
Well,
able
yeah,
to view and see what they're talking about, and it kind of helps you remember.
yeah, almost every page, I don't know if you can see that, but almost every
Yeah,
page has a
mine's a little bit,
illustration of what you're looking at.
but I
Yeah,
mean, I read this book, and this was one of the first ones I read on Morgan's, and
yeah, this is the first one I read on Morgan.
yeah, I think this is a 6th edition, so they do update them quite frequently, I believe.
Yeah, I've got the 4th edition, so.
Okay, yep. So I have the 6, but I really enjoyed that book.
Yeah, I had to. I bought.
Okay, we're trying
Like I said-
something different. Can everybody hear me now?
And we can see
I
you,
can
Hear
hear you.
you
Somebody
now.
tell me at home, are you hearing me?
but I can see you on I have YouTube up as well. So
No.
Frank says
typed in-
yes.
Oh, Frank said yes. Very good. All right. So this is the Van Allen Malice book. This breaks down the Silver Dollar series by die marriages. Alden was showing the red book on Morgan dollars. That is a great book for a beginning Morgan dollar collector also to use. So, like I said, what we have here are some of the more advanced books. Again, inside the Van Allen Malice, it shows you each date and mint mark with commentary. It gives a rarity rating for the coin in mint state and high mint state and in proof like. So it's a rather involved book, but it helps you understand the series much better. Mark Thomas says, is there anything like the red book for Canadian coins? Absolutely. Back to the library. So the red book for Canadian coin, and they have been coming through with, different iterations of the Charlton, breaking it down, but they have a very good section on grading inside each series, as well as values. So yes, get a Charlton book if you have any interest in Canadian coins. That's the Bible for the Canadian collector.
And another book I'd recommend. I've got one in my coin.
Okay. What else?
But it would be the
Do you have a
ANA.
red book on Morgan dollars also?
No, that's all.
Yeah, but I thought Nick showed one.
Yeah, I've got the number 4 edition. I think she's got the number 6 edition.
So
Alden, you're muted.
no, Alden should be
No,
okay.
Alden should be okay now.
Alden's
I'm not muted.
Yeah, he's not muted.
Yep, there we go. Oh, you muted.
Brad
I'm sorry.
shows he's
No,
muted,
I'm
but
coming
he's
through
talking.
there again. Okay,
I
sorry.
just to fix it. I'm not changing no more cameras.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, what I was going to say earlier was I recommend. Brad said something about grading, and the ANA come out with a book. It's just basic grading, how to start, that kind of thing. I've got a copy of it in there, and it taught me a lot. So that's another one I recommend.
well, I have Making the Grade. I found this to be very helpful.
I've got the copy of that as well.
Yeah. This is just one of the ones I have, but I found this very helpful because how it shows like in red or green on the parts that you need to look at when you're grading, and the high points and the low points, and on each individual coin, even the state quarters. So I've enjoyed this book. And
All right.
I
So
can find my
grading
books
grading
now, but-
coins are the other way. You got it? All right. Are we going back to, can we show here?
Yeah.
All right. So someone who's getting interested in grading coins,
Why can I not see my camera?
all right. Where do you want to get the picture of this at? There we go. All right. So here's one of the newer books, Grading Coins by Photographs. And Nick, if you pick up one of these and look in the contributor pages, you might see somebody you know. This is a photo grade, and they've had many different editions of the photo grade since it first came out. And then there's also the ANA grading guide. So people ask me quite often, which one do I need? And I'm like, well, it's not a bad idea. Oh, we forgot the good old Brown and Dunn. Brown and Dunn, what I learned to grade on. So if you want to grade your coins really strictly, you get a Brown and Dunn. The only problem here is they're hand-drawn pictures. They're not photographs. So this book was before photography, not quite, but it seemed like it.
Isn't that similar to the original photo grade?
Well, it is. Photo grade kind of supplemented this.
Right.
So the original photo grade.
I wanted to bring that up, guys, because I knew he would have it.
The original photo grade.
And that's the one I got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
see?
you know, and it was a step forward from the Brown and Dunn. But the photographs in the newer books are getting much better. This still leaves a little bit desired, and I think I just froze.
Brad, go back to the book that you said I would know somebody that was in the pages of that book.
Right there.
Grading coins by photographs.
Is that the one? And okay, is that the one that's up right now?
Nick, do you know who Q David Bowers is?
I do.
You do? Okay, thank you. Well, he wrote the book, but I'm a contributor to that book.
That's what I thought you were
See,
getting
Nick?
at.
I'm not.
Hey, nothing as good as self-promotion.
Well, no, I think that's great that we know somebody that
It
contributes.
is good.
to books.
It is good.
And I told him I wanted to see a lot of the books that he contributed to, because I just think that's interesting, in that we have him right here to ask questions.
That's it.
And we have quite an expert in the field that we're able to have access to. So
I agree, Nick.
So that's why I wanted him to show a lot of the books that he's contributed to. And
I've got a couple of books that he did attribute to him, and I really enjoy them. He's a smart guy.
Do you have those? Can you show those, or would that be too difficult for you to get?
No, I'd have to go back into the coin room. I don't want to disappear again.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just was wondering, because
I have one. The latest one is one he actually sent me, and I love it.
So,
Yeah.
Brad, I think I want to buy that book that you contributed to, because I think that's interesting. He's muted.
You're muted, Brad.
Okay, we might be back now.
Yeah, you're back now.
Nick, say something this time. No, I still can't hear you, kid. I'm sorry.
Half an hour. That sucks.
All right, guys, we're really sorry. You know, we thought this was going to work as this remote. It says up here that my mic is muted.
Well, we don't know.
Yeah, this
Okay,
is
not-
fine. Yeah.
We thought doing this remotely was going to be a good idea. It doesn't seem to be working
Brad,
real
we don't
well.
know stuff until we try it. So,
Yeah.
It looks like I might be coming through, but I can't hear you.
oh,
You'll
God.
get it.
So if anybody has a comment, please, and I'll try to answer it that way.
I had to remember them.
I'm not saying.
I know, but nobody can talk on the podcast.
Let me try. Okay, I can't.
I can do this. And
We tried reloading you. Blue Moon, say something.
Hello. Yeah, I want to say something about the grading. I mean, I don't know. I think it's very difficult to do from a photo. It's very difficult.
Nope,
It's much
you just went
easier
out
to
again.
do.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you can still tell us, Blue Moon. What were you?
Yeah, and so what I did is there's a course you can take on YouTube
Well, it's not
for
just, not
PCGS
just us.
grading.
Yeah.
Have you taken that
See,
course?
we should
I
all
haven't
be pretty much
to it.
one.
You
string.
take it, it's so good.
Yeah,
It'll teach you
yeah,
so
just
much.
because
I
we're-
learned
no,
so much
all
from
these
it.
computers,
It was really good, Nick. You got to try it.
I might do that because that's one of the things that I can tell you that I struggle with.
There's like 12 parts to it. It only took me a couple hours, and I took
Is
the
that
whole
right?
thing.
Because my personality is like if I can't get it just perfect and I don't know I'm 100% spot on, then I'll move on. You know what I mean? It's like if I can't do it 100% right, then and I know no one's going to be able to do that, but
They
but I
teach you
think-
what luster is. They show you what luster is. They
no, I
show
think
you.
you taught us what luster was last week.
It's very interesting. It took me a long time to figure it out.
I think you taught us what the luster was.
Luster you can only get from experience. You can't learn luster from a book.
And I think Alden mentioned this, a couple podcasts back, but it really takes, takes time.
Okay, yes.
We have to learn, and we have by doing, and
You do.
it's going to take that time and patience.
I've spent 10 years trying to figure it out, and I've learned a lot from. Okay, well, I think I'm back.
You're back.
Okay. What I was saying is
Well, I
that
can
I
hear all-
learned a lot from Robert, and and it's a learning process, and it's a learning curve. And the more you learn, the better you think you're getting, but usually it's experience.
I'm good with metal. I'm just good with metals. I've always been good with metals and diamonds and that type of thing. I just get it. I don't know. I think some people just don't get it.
Yeah.
But the luster is something to learn.
Too. So it's a lot different when you're interested in something, and you're easier. It's able to pick up easier when you're really interested. But I also want to mention, Robert's auctions. When he's showing a coin, he also teaches you about that coin and a little bit about the grading, because he'll put a grade on there, and he will go through on some of them and tell you how he came to that grade. So not only you don't have to go to his auctions just to buy if you don't have the money, but you can learn a little bit about the coin and how to grade just by watching his auctions, and he'll take questions as well. So, and I think that's very helpful.
Show and tell. I call it show and tell. Yeah, when he does show and tell.
With Joe Durbin's auction, he'll do the same, and they don't mind the questions. Whereas some auctions I have seen where they do mind the questions, and they don't teach you about the coin. So, which tells me they're selling coins, but they may not know a lot about coins. And
well, I've bought several coins from Robert Rockwell that he graded and had sent off, and 90% of the time they come back a higher grade than he gave me.
Right. Well,
so that tells you that he's an honest grader, and
he says he does it conservatively. That he'll try to get a little bit.
And it's true, he does.
Yeah.
PCGS grades at some of the shows, and that's very interesting to watch on YouTube. Also, they'll show you, the behind the scenes and how they have graders that are there, and people can bring their coins and have them graded. Yeah, it's very interesting. I learned a lot watching all that stuff. Yeah, on YouTube. Robert is muted. I don't know if he knows he's muted.
Yes, that's right, Brad. He's in the chat. I was reading the chat. I was going to read it like that was another person. But that's actually Brad talking to us. But he said there's only so much you can learn from books. You have to look at the coins in the flesh to really understand. You cannot experience luster from photos, and I have to agree with that. And
I agree with it too.
And when I first started coin collecting, there's like he said, there's only so much you can learn from
No, I
books,
can't.
but I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning too, and I learned from those mistakes. So, you know, don't be
I'll tell you
afraid.
another way I learn. Another way I will learn a lot is by buying graded coins and putting them
Oh,
up against raw coins I have. That was
yes,
another way that I picked up a lot of
yes.
pointers. I'm not good at it. I mean,
Well,
Well,
Robert,
Alden,
Brad,
that's a
go
great
ahead.
observation. I tell people all the time, if you have a chance to go to a major convention
Holly.
that has an auction, you can go to the auction lot viewing and see hundreds and hundreds of coins at one time that you may never see again in your life, and see how the third parties graded them. So that's a great chance to learn how to grade coins, is going to a coin show and looking at coins, and going to auctions.
And that's how I've done with some of my walking liberties. Is I have a lot of them that are graded, but I'm still picking up walking liberties just because I love them. And I'll look at them and I'll see, well, maybe, because some you can have in a very low grade and still be worth at least $300 to $500. And so I'll look at them and compare it with a graded one to see if it's worth my time and money to have that graded to be able to sell that coin. Sometimes no, sometimes I just, but a lot of times that's how I do compare it with my graded coins.
Well, grading to me is a combination of things. It's not just the condition of the coin. That is a big part of it. But it's also how many was minted, how many survived.
Right.
A poor condition coin can be worth, hundreds of dollars if it's a rare coin.
Yeah.
And take the 1909 Lincoln VDB. I have one that's in okay condition, and it's still worth, a substantial amount of money because of the rarity of it.
Yep. And to people interest, what people are interested in, and what's, I don't know, Brad, maybe you can help us out with that. Is there's some coins that have more interest than others? I would say Morgan would have more
Morgans
interest.
are one of our most popular coins in the whole series. Walking Liberty half dollars also. Lincoln cents have always been popular. So, 3-cent pieces, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, not a lot of people know about those, though, right? I mean,
exactly, but also trying to get people to understand the older coins is sometimes more difficult. They have more of a connection to the newer coins.
I see.
Well, it's just like me. One of my most popular coins that I just absolutely love is a 20-cent piece. It was only made 2-3 years, and a lot of people never heard of it. I mean, I'll tell people, I've got a really nice 20-center, and they're like, "What the heck is a 20-cent coin?" I mean, but I like the rarer stuff myself. But as a new collector or intermediate collector, they know Lincolns and Walkers and Morgans and maybe peace dollars and large cents, and they know that kind of stuff. But like a trime, what the heck is a trime?
Well, a lot of new collectors too, their budget, they don't have a big budget either. So,
Correct. But I mean, if you want to collect 3-cent nickels on a budget and you buy VF coins and drop out the proof only issues, obviously, it's not an impossible collection to complete.
It's not.
It's not that expensive either.
Right.
And I don't know if it's you that discouraged this, Brad, but in my early journey, I wanted to do this on my own. So I didn't use our house money, meaning, the income my husband or even I bring in. This is stuff that I was able to purchase, and then I would sell, and then I would upgrade my coins. And I've done very well doing so and have a great collection because of that. But I learned very quickly on what to purchase and what not to purchase, and what sold faster.
Well, experience is the best teacher.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes was the best teacher as well.
It always is. And a lot of it isn't just what coin you buy, it's where you buy it. Is it trustworthy? All of that.
And that is true. Yep.
For years and years, all I did was collect circulated coins. You don't really need, what I mean, when you're doing cents, nickels, dimes, all that kind of stuff, and you're trying to fill in the dates and all that kind of stuff. You don't need, especially when you're a kid, you don't need expensive coins. You just want to fill the hole.
Oh
and
yeah,
say
that's how we all got started. But
that's how it starts. Yeah.
It's a little bit different now with people coming into the market, because the only thing that they're going to be able to get out of circulation and fill the holes with is copper clad stuff. You know, maybe you'll find some nickels back into the 40s in circulation, but they don't have the same opportunity we did. It seems as though we've kind of gotten back online here. So if anybody else has specific questions about books,
I do.
go ahead, Nick.
I want to see some more books that you contributed to, and I want to see that photo grade book again because we couldn't see it as well.
Which photo grade book?
The one that you contributed to.
Good job, Nick. I want to see them too.
And Brad, and I say that because, I mean, I don't know if people really realize what we have when we have you on a stream, and the amount of knowledge and what you have really done. And I think we should show that. We're not just promoting you, but I mean, we're lucky to have somebody that we can ask questions to that has that much knowledge and has been in the business for as long as you have.
Thanks, ladies. The checks are in the mail. Thanks for the.
No, I agree. I want to hear it too.
Is this still
okay?
In
So, grading coins by photographs. Q. David Bowers. Now, I'm listed as a contributor to this. I, to be brutally honest, didn't contribute a whole lot. But anytime somebody gives Dave some comments, and he puts them as part of the book. But I told him about some of the bust half dollar. I gave him some advice there. So that's how I got to be part of that book. Can we go back here to this one? Early quarter dollars of the United States Mint. I was actually a co-author of this book. It's a die variety identification manual for quarters 1796 to 1838. And so I was intimately involved with that.
Of course, they put it. You see all the gold? See all the gold under these books, everyone? Because I'm noticing the gold as well as the books.
All right. Thank you.
My goodness. Some beautiful stuff right there. I like the pre-33.
Well, there's a few pieces there. I have a few rolls of 20s if you need some, Nick.
I'm always needing some.
All right.
And donations are.
Just send money. You got your donation, girl. Going back here, Bust Half Fever by Edgar Souders. Edgar was writing the book, and we started talking one day, and he asked me if I would look at a chapter, and I told him I would. He sent me the chapter, and I got out my trusty red pen and started making a bunch of notes. And when I was done, I went, oh, God, I wonder if this guy's going to get mad at me. I wrote so much in the margins here, but I sent it back to him, and I got my answer because he sent me 2 more chapters.
Oh, wow.
And he kept sending me chapters until we had done the whole book. He asked me to write the foreword to the book. And so that was an accomplishment that I'm proud of. Walking away again.
I'm going to show them stuff.
Here's another one. The Ultimate Guide to Attributing Bust Half Dollars by Photograph. Dr. Glenn Peterson wrote this book, and he again asked me to review some things, and I got out again my trusty red pen and ran out of ink on this one. And but he kept sending me chapters also, and I also wrote the foreword to this book.
So what made you so interested in the bust half dollars? Because it seems like that's your favorite coin. Am I mistaken?
No, you're not mistaken at all. It is my favorite coin. Years ago, Pierre Fricke and I did a price guide on bust half dollars by Die Marriage. So, it's been my favorite coin since 1978. I started collecting them then by dime marriage, and I've been doing it ever since. So that's really just been my specialty. I've branched out to other silver issues in the U.S. series before the Liberty Seated. Cashmere, yes, I do sell most of these books. There might be a couple that I've shown that are out of print that I don't have any of. All Things Silver, am I part of the Bust Half Nut Club? I am. I've been a member since the late 80s. It took me 10 years to get in because I was a dealer, and at first they didn't allow dealers to be members. So I was the first full-time dealer to become a member of the Bust Half Nut Club.
You didn't have to become a member for me to be able to tell you that you're a nut.
Thank you.
I could have told you after free.
but this certifies it, Nick.
I'm cracking up.
So
That was a good one, Nick.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, look at that gold.
Wowie.
Robert's playing over there.
It's almost like the higher the carat, the more it doesn't look real. People don't understand. It's brilliant yellow when it's real.
I mean, they're just in great condition.
Yeah.
I mean, ooh, I like that one.
I'm going to have to do a count later and make sure Robert didn't help himself to a couple.
Well, I was just going to say that those middle ones right there.
Beautiful.
I like those.
Yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't?
I know.
Holy mackerel.
There's just something about.
And they're not cleaned. See, because coins that usually look really good are usually too good to be true. But these are not cleaned. And look at the beautiful. They're just beautiful. Wow. There's a cleaned one. I see it right there.
Okay. So you caught me. I got one.
Yeah. But that's so.
But still,
the majority of them aren't.
Yeah. That cleaned one, though, they'll never make that again. So.
Yeah. People just don't know. And I found a little kid, you guys. I found a little kid on that. His name of his channel is Cleaning Coins. And he's a little kid. And, I tried to invite him to come watch this today. I don't know if he's watching. Hopefully he is. But he was scrubbing them with a toothbrush and everything. And I'm trying to tell him, don't do that.
Yeah, not a good thing at all.
Yeah.
So the other thing that I do is you can see here up on your screen, the John Reich Journal.
Yes.
This is a journal for collectors of bust coins by dime marriage. I am the president of this society as well as the editor of the journal.
Oh,
so that's something else that I do. So if you guys have an interest in a particular coin from the 1800s or 1700s, there's probably a society that will help you learn more about them. There's also the Liberty Seated Collectors Society, Early American Coppers, if you like coppers. So, there's a lot of different specialty clubs that you can become a member of and read their journal and learn more about the series of coins from experts and veteran collectors like myself.
I want to find a 20-cent coin club.
That's part of the Liberty Seated Collectors Society there, Alden.
Cool.
So, just a small part, but it is part of the Liberty Seated Collectors Club.
Now, Ronald, diamonds are a girl's best friend. I don't really say that they're a girl's best friend, but I do like my diamonds set in gold.
Well, the trouble is they're making diamonds now. So, I was just having a conversation with somebody today that basically I can see the day when diamonds are no longer used as an engagement ring.
Oh, and I agree with you. They're making them and they're just as expensive as a real diamond as well.
Oh, no, they're not. They're 5% of what they are.
Oh, because I've seen them. Well, maybe it was because of the carat size that I was looking at.
Yeah, I mean, you can buy a 2 or 3 carat grown diamond for a fraction of what a natural one.
Well, you
But,
know, this is going to sound morbid, but I told my daughter when I pass and have me cremated, then have me made into diamonds.
Carbon.
They
It's
can
carbon.
do that now. They'll do that with pets, ashes, but
Okay.
yeah, still.
So Nick, so you're into cremation also. I've also decided that's the way to go, but I want somebody to spread my ashes over the top of somebody's freshly washed car so I can be one last pain in the ass to somebody.
Brad. Brad.
That's funny.
What?
Very strange.
I don't know about you, Brad.
Oh, I'm weird.
cracking up. Oh,
Robert's
my.
here showing some of the other coins in the case now.
Nick,
Oh,
you
there's a
know,
lot of
as far as
moving.
putting a diamond in gold, it's
Mhm.
probably better in platinum. It won't fall out.
That's true, but I just love gold. So let's go back to, is that? do you
She's
have a-
like, yeah, move
I'm sorry.
on. Okay.
I'm sorry. I just see, ooh,
That's funny.
but I think I just saw 1921.
You
Is
did.
that- was that-
1921.
What are you looking for, Nick? What do you
well,
need?
I just know that 1921D is a key date, so I was trying to see if.
Well, that was a 21 plane, Nick. Sorry.
Okay,
Do you
That's
have
still
a
a
full
key date, but that's
collection?
okay.
I do have the full collection. I
Okay.
do.
Okay,
But
so there's nothing you need. You're just looking at the ones you
No,
like.
I just like them, and see, I just think they're beautiful. I don't know. It's just one that when I first started collecting, I just really liked.
Have any of you been to Carson City?
No, but I'd like to.
Oh,
That's one of
it's
the,
neat.
that's on my bucket list. Now I do have a coin that was minted in Carson City. One of the $50 commemorative $50.
I got me a Morgan. I got a Carson City Morgan.
Let me see if I can get it. It's right behind
Yeah.
me. It was done, of course, it's the museum. Ooh,
Those are very hard to get. Yeah.
and that's a nice one.
That's
I
a
know a little bit
beautiful
about
one.
currency. Yeah, a little tiny bit, but I know something about it.
Oh,
Currency.
they call it a commemorative medallion that was minted at the.
Brad, I'll give you 500 for
As long as you pay a 90% silver coins, it's a deal.
it.
Right on, Alden. That's funny. Look at how much it is.
Tag. Holy smokes.
Yeah, because they're so hard to get.
They are, but you know what? I'd still rather have gold for that kind of money. I don't know. I just like gold. I'm not into paper.
It's just
I
fun.
like
The
currency.
currency is a lot of fun. It's a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
I like the currency. I've got
Ooh, those are really
Quite a bit.
shiny, Brad.
I know it took me a long time to polish those up.
I was just gonna say-
for you.
Have a little bit of those maybe cleaned.
No.
No dip or nothing.
No, well, now we can't tell if they've been dipped or not, but I
Yeah.
did not dip them. I bought a short set last week and we've sold a few of them, but
Because
there's
they
a
really
few
look
left.
shiny, but they really look really pretty.
Yes, the average grade is 64. There's a couple AUs in the deal. There's some 65s, etc.
You purchased a book. Was that part of that
A
same
short
collection?
set, yeah. Well, no, that book that I showed you last week was circulated coins, not uncirculated.
So how much would you get, if you don't mind letting us know, how much do you give for something like that if somebody brought that into you?
Well, we have to sit down and with a gray sheet, an adding machine, and grade each coin and put numbers in for that. So
Okay.
it's going to vary tremendously. You know, if the 41s and 42s are 65s, they're going to be worth a lot more than if they're
Right.
AU. So
Okay.
it's hard to, it's hard to generalize.
Yeah. Do you still have that book?
Although, no, I broke that down.
You did? Okay.
Yeah. When we buy a complete collection, we break it down into singles because our collectors are looking to fill out their sets. And what
Yeah.
fun is it just to buy a whole set and say, okay, now I got them.
I just wanted to look at it.
Well, okay. I'm sorry. That was at the other store. So, we're downtown today.
Okay. So do you have a lot of people that come in and are interested in the books? Or do you just have people coming in saying, I just want to look at the coins and they think they know everything?
A little bit of all of the above.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have all types of customers that come in, from people that have been reading lies on the internet to people that are experts in the field that they collect. So,
So have you met David Bowers personally?
yes, a number of times. He
You
no
have?
longer comes to shows. He's not able at his age to get out anymore.
He lives in New Hampshire, correct?
I'm sorry?
He lives in New Hampshire.
I believe that's right.
Yes, I know that's right.
So you should drive over and say hello.
I should. But see, another New Englander. There you go.
Okay.
Let me unmute. Your accent comes out every once in a while, Nick.
It doesn't really.
Yeah, I hear it. Kind of cute.
Well, I mean, my mom has it very heavy to her. She goes parks her car in the dooryard.
Well,
it's I park my car. I park my car on the side of the road, and I got a roof over my head.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is Robert's favorite coin here that I have, because like him, it's missing a leg.
It's a
it's a buffalo.
There's a 3-legged buffalo. What is that? 2 legs?
No, that's a 3-legged buffalo there.
Okay, that's what I thought.
All right.
Okay.
Like I was telling Nick earlier, 20-cent piece is my favorite, but it's a toss-up between the other two, and it would be a cat bust and a Walking Liberty. I love both of them series.
Do you have a half Disney, Brad?
Thank you.
No, I do not.
Oh, those are neat.
That is beyond my pay grade.
Wouldn't think
I didn't think
it was
on your pay above your pay grade, Brad.
I've never in business. I've been in business 50 years. I haven't owned a half Disney in 50 years. So they're really rare.
They're very rare. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so rare. I don't even know what they are.
Explain to everybody, Brad.
I really don't
We'll
either.
do a better job
I don't
explaining
either.
to them.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Back to the library.
Okay, here we go. Right on. He's going to explain to everybody what it
And
is.
thank
It's a
you,
super
Frank,
cool
that I
coin
sound
because it was
normal.
like one of the first coins ever. Okay. here
Okay,
we go.
so back to the library. Walter Breen's Complete Encyclopedia of U.S. Colonial Coins. So
I have that
Walter
one.
Breen was a despicable individual, but he was one of the first serious researchers in numismatics.
Why do you say that, Brad?
Yeah, let's not.
You'd rather not say.
Oh, okay. Well,
Rather not say.
I find that interesting as well. So that's why I asked.
Oh,
I
It'll
was-
take too much time.
Hold it. Hold on. Nick, you were safe with him. I was not.
Oh.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
I think I understand that.
Okay. But I did, yeah.
So this is a book that, even though there's a number of errors, mistruths, exaggerations, etc., it still is one of the most complete 1-volume books on numismatics available. So I would tell people you should buy this book. You'll learn a lot, but when you're reading it, you should also go back and double check everything before accepting it as total truth.
Well, see that I find that very confusing because in my mind, if you're recommending this book to me, that I really don't,
Well,
but then I have to go back and fact check a book.
I can't tell you what 15% of the book is not right,
Mhm.
but 85% of it is, and the basic information is very good. So again, it is a good source. It's not the final source.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
you ask me what my tools are, and I keep pulling out tools for you. And, it's like, some tools are better than others.
Yeah.
You just, yeah.
Yeah, I use that particular book. I've got 2 of them. I got the encyclopedia, and I think his first book he put out, I can't remember what it was. But anyway, I use it more as a reference to give me an idea what I'm looking for, and then I dig further in my library
That
to
makes sense.
Sure.
verify that what I read was right.
Oh, I just thought of something. Robert, can you follow me with I'm going to go on your camera right now. Everybody pay attention here. Robert, come over here.
Yes, dear.
Can everybody see this book on the shelf?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see the top of the book?
Yes.
It's
What
a
happened
ripper.
there?
Mhm.
Do you know what happened there?
It ripped.
You know, thanks, Nick. How did it rip, Nick?
Overuse?
No, by somebody going like this to pull it out.
Oh, yep, that makes sense.
Oh,
All
there
right.
you go.
You,
Yeah, not supposed to
you
do
never
that.
pull a book out by the top. You'll rip it.
Makes sense.
You've got to have your bookcase so that you can get a hold of it like this. So
Glue it
those
back,
people
Brad.
that have a number of books and you put them on the shelf, don't put them on the shelf so tight that you can't get your fingers in there,
Yeah.
because if you're not paying attention or you're not doing it right, you're going to grip the top of your book like that. Now,
I've seen a lot of books at the library done that way.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's a reference book that, I don't really care the condition. But if you have a collectible book and tear the top of it there, you're going to really ruin the value of your book. It can be fixed, but fixing a book is relatively expensive. I've taken books to my local bookbinder here, and most of the time, if it's becoming disbound, they'll put it back together again. But a lot of times, the books that I've contributed to, I'll have a leather binding put on it and make it a special collectible piece for myself. So that's a way that I indulge myself. Duct tape is cheap, Frank, but
no.
it's kind of like taking a paint roller to paint your car. Your
There
car
you go,
will become
Brad.
that color. It just won't look very good.
When I was in college, I actually done that.
Yes, I can tell, Alden.
College books are like magazines. The ones that I had, they were like magazines, and they put them out
Yeah.
every single semester. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
They were. Yep.
Mine cost hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, so did
Oh
mine.
yeah. Mine did too.
And you're like, for
I
this?
went back in the 70s, and it was expensive then. I can't even imagine now.
It's a good portion of how much it costs you to go to school. It's definitely a percentage.
So does anybody else at home collect a particular kind of coin and have questions about what book you might need to help you out? Or
so that's just a portion of your library, though, correct? I mean, that's just like a tiny glimpse of it.
That's right. I have a library at home that's about twice this size. A lot of those are, though, collectible books, as well as special bindings or very esoteric books that I would not use very often. The ones that I have here are ones that I use. I don't want to necessarily say on an everyday basis, because some of them don't come off of the shelf very often, but when they do, it's important. Somebody said about a silver
when they
eagle.
do, you need them.
Right. Somebody here just asked about Yote fans, Silver Eagles. So Whitman Publishing publishes a book on Silver Eagles, and that's the only work that I know on the subject. So that would be my only suggestion if you want to do Silver Eagles, is to order one of those. Nick, you promised we have lots of questions today. So far, just snarky comments.
I've been asking you questions.
She's been asking questions. You
And
just
I've
don't
asked
like
very
to
good
have to
questions.
answer them.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you.
I got a question for you, Brad.
Okay, Alden, let's have it.
If you could name one or the first book for a new coin collector to purchase, what would it be?
Yeah, we did that red
Good
book.
question, Alden.
Yep. The red book is first, because I tell people you can read a little bit about numismatics in the front of the red book, and then you can be exposed to Okay, sorry, we're getting some feedback. You can be exposed to the whole range of American numismatics in one book. And then you can decide, I want to collect. Okay, let's say somebody gets a red book and they look through it and they go, I want to collect buffalo nickels. All right, so let's go to the red book.
I want to collect everything.
All right, but you got to
That's
start
me,
somewhere.
yeah.
You know, not everybody has as much money as you. So
Everybody's got more money than me, so I mean, you know.
all right, so
Yeah, it's not about that. Yeah.
Robert's hijacking my. Okay, back here. Okay, I'll put it up here. There you go. So if somebody says, I want to collect buffalo nickels, don't I have to, write that up upside down.
Why are you
right?
using buffalo nickels?
All right. Huh?
Let's go move on to something else.
Well, but I mean, if a kid says, I like buffalo nickels, all right, and then we start talking about, well, what's your budget? And then after we determine the budget, they can look down the column and figure out, I can collect buffalo nickels and very good, and I can buy all but 7 coins. So it's a way of finding out, is it feasible for you to collect that particular coin? So if you tell me your budget is $100 a month, and you decide, I like St. Gauden's $20 gold pieces.
I mean, I love those.
Right, but that's not going to mesh.
Who don't?
Right, who don't? But you look at them and say, okay, I'm going to spend over $2,000 a coin. If your budget's $100 a month, you can't collect that coin.
Well, when I was collecting my Walking Liberties in the red book, I checked mark by each one that I already had.
Right, you can use it as.
I mean, I use that as like, oh, and then when I got to the last couple that I needed to buy, I highlighted them.
Right. And then you can also see, here's the Walking Liberty half page, and you can see, can I collect them in MS-63? Do I have that much money? Or do I need to buy certain ones in VF to get a complete set? So the red book is the first book that I tell anybody to buy. And I tell them the first part of the book, Welcome to Numismatics. Nick, have you read that? No.
Yes.
Really?
I read everything.
Okay. Well, I tell people you should read that a number of times until you grasp what they're telling you. And that'll get you a very good start in what to do.
It gives you a good foundation.
Generalization. It's
right.
generalized. Yeah. It's generalized. It's very general information, but it's good because then they know whether they want to do it or not anyway.
Correct.
Especially after they read all that stuff.
Yeah.
And another thing I want to add to what Brad has been saying is, with the exception of a couple, most of the books of course, I have Dan skulls. I've got like 18 of them, and most of them are complete. But I try to put together whatever set I'm doing, whether it's in VG or Fine or Mint State 63 or whatever. The only exception to that really would be my typeset. I just buy the best coin that I can find for the money, and that's a set I upgrade all the time. I've been working on it for going on 5 years now. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's enjoying Brad's input, and so am I. But we don't want to give him too much credit so he doesn't get a big head. We want him to fit on the screen.
I'm being entertained. You guys are entertained.
Well,
I mean, really, to be honest with you, I can tell you that I'm really sitting here jealous because I would really like to be in that store right now and looking at all those coins in person. I can tell you right
So
now.
would I.
There's so much stuff.
I would just like to jump in through the screen and that's all I would want to do is I could spend a day or so in that shop.
Well,
I have one piece of Confederate money.
I'll give you a tour.
I mean, I don't know if you'd ever get me out of the store because I saw stuff behind the counter, boxes behind the counter that I think needs to be gone through.
Well, some of those are
Robert
does
that. Yes.
Some of the currency is from specific banks before the Fed was, founded. And I know a little bit about currency, just a little tiny bit. Those
I
are the
love those horse
There
blankets.
you go. There's the one.
1899 Black Eagle. I've got one in pretty good shape.
Do you have any with Native Americans on it? The Native American
I don't
is
have any of those.
beautiful.
Weaveman asked a question here about a 77D Ike dollar, ANAX MS67. Well, there's good and bad news here. The good news is he has a very nice Ike dollar. The bad news is the ANAX certification doesn't help much. So, as an example, I have a bid price of $2,600 for an MS67 77D Ike dollar. That's probably only relevant for a PCGS or a CAC certified coin. I would think an ANAX coin is going to be worth quite a bit less. We would have to go and hunt up some auction prices realized to see what the comps might be for ANAX.
Or take it out of the ANAX holder and send it into PCG, or take it out of the holder and send it to PCGS.
Well, yeah, but there's a risk there because now you're losing the ANAX holder. You could send it in for a possible cross, but the problem there is it's very easy for them to say, no, we're not going to cross it. So it's just, that's a very difficult coin. The collectors that spend the top dollars on those coins want them in a PCGS holder, not an ANAX holder.
Well, and Brad just discouraged this, but I have done that to where I sent in a couple Walking Liberties. I wasn't sure of the grade, sent them into ANAX because it's much cheaper. Got the grade back that I did want, and it did meet my expectations. I took it out and sent it to PCGS, and another couple I sent to NGC. So, but I did not do a crossover because I wanted to see if ANAX and kind of PCGS were on, kind of around the same grade, and they were. They really were.
On Walking Liberty half dollars that are under $1,000, yes, I would say so.
A couple of them were over, though, Brad. Couple.
Okay. Well, but Ike dollars are a really strange series that the people at the grading services know that when they put a big number like 67 on the grading label, that they are awarding you a coin that's worth a couple $1,000s. So they're very, very picky about the ones that they'll grade at that level. And like I say, just unfortunately with Ike dollars, ANAX has been a little more loose. That was little Robert that just went behind me.
Hi, little Robert.
Hi, little Robert.
Hey, little Robert.
Stop and say hello.
Hi, little Robert.
Hello.
Hey, dude.
Oh, come on, we can't call him little Robert.
Yeah.
Hi, Robert.
Something I'd like to
add. And everything. There's
Big Robert.
Hey, Robert. That's Big Robert. Hey, Brad.
Yes, sir.
Two things I want to comment on. One is the Ike dollars. I have a almost complete set of 69s by PCGS.
Okay.
So, and I've been working on it for years.
And those will be the silver ones and the proof ones, right?
Yes, exactly.
You don't have any of the copper nickel clad circulating issues in 69, do you?
They're so hard to find.
No.
Those are called Franklin
64, 65 is where it's circulated.
Really hard to find.
And my second comment, my second comment was ANAX. I use them for varieties and air coins. That's what usually that's what I'll send it to because they attribute a lot more than PCGS or NGC in my experience anyway. But as far as if I've got a coin I think is worth grading, it'll go to PCGS, PCGS or you know what I'm talking about.
So in other words, Alden, you're talking about it's the type of thing that you're sending in. So if you want, exactly.
It depends on the coin itself. If it's a variety or an error, usually I send it to ANAX.
That's really cool that he's showing us.
What I'll say is sometimes
I don't know.
Sometimes the plastic means more than the coin.
Oh,
I hate to say it, but that's the truth of the matter.
It's the type of what Alden was saying is he's saying it's like if he has an error or a variety, he sends it to Annex. If he has a very nice coin, he sends it to PCGS. I understand that.
I do too, but what I'm talking about is let's go to Silver Eagles for a moment.
Okay.
There are, if you have an ANAX MS70 Silver Eagle that lists for $3,000, it's not going to bring anywhere close to that. That has to be a PCGS MS70 to bring those numbers. That's even if you have an NGC, it's not going to bring that big number. It's got to be PCGS because the serious collectors that are doing the high-end registry sets are doing the PCGS registry.
Exactly.
But who wants to grade Silver Eagles?
Nobody, well, all the grading services want to because they make a lot of money doing it.
I know, but I mean, I would not send a Silver Eagle in to have graded.
I wouldn't either.
Okay, but the people that send them in, Nick, are sending in boxes of 500 at a time.
Exactly.
So would you say dealers are really sending them in to have
That's
graded?
correct. Yes.
Okay.
And they get a special deal for sending
500 of them in, and
at
a lot
time.
of times, a lot more of those are going to come back 70s than not.
No. I had a dealer friend who bought a sealed box of, I think it was 1990 Silver Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really rare in MS70.
Mm-hmm.
He sent in the sealed box. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How many MS70s did he get?
But by the way, you're telling us this story, evidently not many.
Not many. Okay. That's one guess.
Well, let's say 10% came back 70s. Less than 10%.
All right. So 10% is 50 coins.
No, I don't even think it was 10%.
So we'll say 25
Two.
25 coins.
If I get it right, I get a prize from the king.
Okay. Nick, if you're right, you get a prize. Alden said 2, and Alden is only off by 2.
I was with Alden.
He got none.
It's like a percentage. It's kind of like they only give out so many 70s. You know what I mean?
But in this case, they gave out 0.
So those
and they were directly from the mint, correct?
They were still strapped from the mint.
See, Nick, see how it is? That's why I'm not a big coin grader.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to
on
send
what
in
it is.
bullion to have graded. I'm not going to grade bullion. I mean,
yeah.
that's the point.
Well, yeah.
But those special mint sets that we just passed over.
It's kind of silly to grade bullion.
Have those been gone through to see if we could find the 5 on the cheek?
Yes, Robert did.
Okay. Because that's what I'm on the hunt for. I would love to find one of those.
You want a cheeky 5?
Yeah, but I want to find one. I want to find it. You know,
she wants to find it on her own. It's going to take a lifetime because I've never seen one.
But it's still, I mean, but the kill of the chase. It's what excites me as far as coin collecting is. I mean, you got to have something.
Right, but
I call it pilfering. I've been pilfering for years. Pilfering
or
coins.
cherry picking. But see, what Nick just said is really the inside information on varieties. Many variety collectors don't want to pay market value for them. They want to find their own.
Mm-hmm.
So that means, that's a thinner market than it should be.
Cherry picking. Good luck.
Robert,
yeah.
Well, because as now a lot of people have looked through the mint sets and proof sets, we're not finding any new ones. So now the market is accepting the fact that what's already in slabs in the marketplace is what they have to choose from.
See, that's why I was talking about it's a percentage. They only allow so many of the minted. How many were minted? I mean, it's not rocket
and too, but I also look at more so like estate sales that have coins coming up.
Silver.
I liked the gold better.
Me too.
I see a lot of Silver Eagles right there graded.
Yeah.
It's kind of silly, but people
I don't grade them. I buy them already graded.
Buys them already graded.
And personally, if that's what I wanted was graded American Silver Eagles, I'd buy them already graded.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That's the point.
The key to that is not paying the huge premiums that the original graders are getting for the coins.
Yeah, and that's difficult to find, but
secondary market on that stuff is
yeah.
better.
I do have a question.
It raises the price of the coin. You know, you got to pay for the
Well,
price
it
of the
does,
coin, and then the grade too. You got to get your money back on that, and it's
I
just
found
like,
times that I could buy a graded silver eagle for the same price I could buy a raw one. So why not buy the graded one? But
pretty
I'm
much
definitely not going to grade it
See,
myself.
Robert knows I like that one.
That is true. When we were looking at silver eagles when they were coming out,
I
they were
love that.
$45, but now the premiums have come down.
Well, that's an Atosha coin there.
Ooh, I like that.
You can send me a check for
like
$675, and that'll be delivered to your address.
I do have a question though.
Okay, I'll let you know. I'll think about it.
Okay,
I
kiddo.
think about everything before I do it.
That's
what
fine,
about
Nick.
a 1986 or a 1996 American Silver Eagle that you have in very, very good condition? Would that be one of the ones that you should send in to have graded? Because
no, buy one already graded.
But I have so many 96s because that's the year I graduated high school. So I have so many 96s, but they're not graded. So, but I do have a lot of nice ones, and higher the grade, those can bring in some good money.
My advice is leave them raw.
Okay.
If you want
I'm
to
glad you know that because I was actually thinking about sending those in, but I hadn't processed yes or no yet. On just
Lord,
the
Nick,
96.
you graduated in 1996. I graduated in 1896. So this is.
You sure do look good for your age. It must be that New England in you.
But I agree. A lot of people just send in coins that don't need to be graded. They don't need to be graded because it just adds to the cost. You know what I mean? And
of course it does. Yeah. But I'm sure Brad finds that there's some collectors that will only buy graded coins.
Graded coins. They only buy.
What's on the screen right now is my newest,
especially registry ones. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah,
when he was talking about
I'm
it
looking
earlier.
to start buying some of them.
Yeah,
I love the currency. I do.
Because they buy the whole collection at one time or whatever.
So which ones are you looking at more so? Because there's like the $20, is there anything specific, Alden, that you're looking at?
Well, to be honest with you, it isn't a particular value as far as what it was worth, 20 or 100 or whatever. It's the artwork.
Yeah,
they have some of the best artwork in the world on them on that currency.
Yeah. All right,
and
Nick,
that's what I buy.
1996 Silver Eagle, NGC MS 69.
Mm-hmm.
I would sell that for $70.
Really? That's all?
Now, an MS 70,
yes,
PCGS one is going to be worth $2,500 to $3,000.
Right. Of course, you have to get that 70, though. I know it's going to be in those high grades.
And
they don't hand them out. Yeah, they don't hand them out.
I'm sorry, Brad.
You're not going to get a 70 just sending one in here and there individually.
Right.
If you want a slab one, go out and buy a 69.
But yes, I'm not. I have several in my collection already, and it was just because I purchased, because every time I would see one come up in my local auction, and my local auctions are very small, so they don't have a lot of bidders. So I was able to get a lot of them from a collection from an estate where this guy had passed away, and he had a sealed box of them, sealed tube of the 1996.
I just sold a sealed tube PCGS graded as brilliant uncirculated for $1,025.
To answer a question that was put in chat, was I the valedictorian? Yes, I was in 1896 because I gave the principal my mule.
But we can tell Alden would be a valedictorian.
Come on.
No, Alden, I just figured it was because you were in a graduating class of 1.
2. My ex-wife was in it too.
Remember Lincoln? he told me you guys are the same age. Yeah.
Well, everybody says I knew Cleopatra. I didn't, but her mom was a hottie.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny. I can't
probably
say
like
that you're that old, Alden, because
So
then it makes me that
instead
old.
of being Alexander the Great, we have Alden the Magnificent. Is that it?
Now you get Alden the Impossible. But anyway, let's get back to the books. The question for you, Brad, what would be the second book you'd recommend?
The second book, well, photo grade, or a grading guide, so that you can become proficient at grading circulated
Yep.
coins.
I agree with that 100%.
And
that would be the
familiarize
second book.
yourself. It's familiarizing yourself with what type of grade it'd be close. You just so you can get close, so you don't get robbed.
Right.
Turn
But
around and try to sell your
if
coins.
you don't know anything, you have to have
Right.
some place to start. And photo grade or something similar to that is going to be a good choice for a beginning collector, because most beginning collectors are not going to be collecting mint state coins. So if you're collecting circulated coins, any of the grading guides that are available in the marketplace, the ANA grading guide, photo grade, grading coins from photographs, any of those are going to be just fine to get your feet wet and to start you on your journey.
And there's the rings. I knew that was coming. Look at
Yeah, we have a little bit of everything here.
everything,
Those are cool.
Brad. You got a lot of stuff. So how far away are you from the convention, the coin collecting at
15
Sharon Hill?
minutes.
15. Oh, I'm coming this time then. I'm going to come see your shop.
Well, the trouble is that when I'm at the convention, the shop's
closed. That's not going to help me, Brad.
Now hold on. Now hold on a second. It depends on how late you're staying. If there's enough people interested, after we close up the show on Saturday, I bring the inventory back and put it in the vault. So if there are enough people
that would be cool, Brad.
I would do a meet and greet here at the shop after the convention on Saturday.
That would be lovely. Hopefully we can get a little.
I just don't think I'd have enough time there, Brad. I just did something that I normally do, and I just broke into a mint set. I break them open very easily, but it's my thing.
Is it a mint set or a proof set?
This was just, I think that was a proof set.
Okay.
Yeah, it was proof set, 2015 proof set, and that's how I
crusher. She's a crusher.
I do. I don't like these in the plastic, so I always crack them open.
Set them free, Nick. Set them free.
I do. That's my thing. I set them free. I think all coins should be set free.
All right, then break all of your slabs.
No, not the. Well, some of those I have broke open, and I have perfected the technique to get into PCGS slabs and NGC without damaging the coin, of course.
Well, some of them are from Littleton coin.
Oh no, I wouldn't buy Littleton.
No, but some of them, the ones that are in like multiple, where there's multiple coins, and it has.
And I was putting my Morgan set together because I'd had it in the Dansco. There was several PCS and NGs.
Those are called dikes. Those are called dikes.
Yeah, but
they worked.
They work.
That's how you get a PCGS or NGC slab open easily.
Well, that's not what the tool I use, but it's very similar and it doesn't damage the coin. And that's how I have, because I don't like to do crossover. I want to see if the grading companies are spot on with each other.
Yeah.
And
so
welcome back, Robert.
If you have one of these and you want the coin out, you take it and right here, you cut it there.
Mm-hmm.
And on the opposite side, cut it.
Yep.
Comes apart.
So why don't you show us? Why don't you demonstrate it?
I don't have anything I want to take out of the holder right now.
But so you do take things out of the holders as well.
Well, if I disagree with it or a customer wants to put the coin in their book.
Yeah.
So we free coins here every now and then also.
Oh, well, see, I do too. I don't think that they necessarily need to be stayed in this plastic. It's terrible for them.
Set them free.
I do. And I got all these pretty president ones too that I just broke open.
And you hold them like that?
Of course not, but
you put your thumb in the middle of the face.
I know how to hold a coin, but these I'm going to go spend these.
Are you really?
I am. You know what I'm going to do? Is that
hysterical?
I'm going to spend them because what I do is I'll leave them as tips.
And nice.
for the waitresses and stuff.
Right
so that,
on.
you know, to
I'm
kinda
all
get
for
them to ask
that, you know.
just trying to get them to ask about coins and kind of.
I've had some really nice currency left for me by the customers, you know, like
And
US
they
notes
do.
and stuff like not
$2
like that.
bill.
I'm talking better, Brad.
That's tip money.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyways, and like the Kennedy.
I
it's
had
a
somebody
beautiful
leave me a
Kennedy.
1928 US note, $2, or I think it was $2. Yeah, 1928. No kidding. Nice. I think it's worth a couple $100.
By the way, Nick, just to let you know, I took a 1964 Washington Quarter double die reverse. I think it was FS 803 or 4. If you go to PCGS and look at the most expensive Washington Quarter double die reverse, the photograph you're going to see that they highlight is my coin.
Oh my gosh.
Flop, and they got it. I crossed it over from an annex folder of the same grade.
That is very cool.
Yeah, I'm not saying it can't be done, but I'm just saying, you know, there's risk involved. When you crack it out and send it raw, you know, you're losing the folder it was in.
I mean, but we know how to handle coins. I know how to handle a coin. So if I take it
I'm
out,
just
it's
giving
going
you
to
a
be
hard time.
It's going to be protected, and I'm going to watch it out for it. And I know how to break them open out of the slabs. So I wouldn't suggest that to anyone that didn't know how to break them out first without damaging the coin.
Like I said, I broke out several, and I do it about the same way Brad does. I've got a little smaller set of tools than he's got, but it works just fine.
Yes.
If you click it, it just falls apart.
Yes. And there is a little something, I think, in the PCGS where it's like still covered with a little bit of plastic after you open the shell.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a little gasket inside.
So I mean, it's still protected. I mean, I always I always wear protective eyewear, guys, just in case.
Well, I've got a rollout gun pad where I work on ARs and that kind of thing, and I'll do it over that. And that way, if it falls out, it's hitting foam, so it's not going to hurt anything.
Oh, here we go.
So there you go, Nick. These are all raw. You can fondle them.
I like that. Wait. I like that one, right? I like the 19. I can't see. 03. Yeah. Yep. That's a 2 or 5?
That's a 10.
10.
Very nice. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, that's a 10.
Okay, so I'm more like, you know, my budget's like a little bit.
I think you should buy the $3 gold pieces.
And how much are those going for?
Oh. Well, I don't know. I'd have to look them up.
It's not $3.
Yeah,
just send me the whole board, Brad. I mean, you know,
Well, that's my new obsession right now. Is
Christmas is only 7 months away.
That's my new obsession.
The $3 gold pieces are probably like $700-800 and up.
Yeah.
What about the Indian heads?
Indian head what? 10s?
Yeah, or
12, 1300 and up.
Yeah.
My favorite, the double eagle is my favorite.
Yes, mine as well.
$3.
Mine as well, Alden, and that's my new obsession. I need to save my money.
Yeah, I love the double eagles. I think
I do, and I'll be honest, I don't have one, but I would really, really like to have one.
I'm going to step away for just a minute.
Yeah, and I've got one favorite gold piece, and it's actually come as a gift from Robert and Travis and Joe Durbin and a bunch of people got together. They sent me I think it's a quarter ounce. It might be. Yeah, I think it's quarter ounce. Chicken. Had a rooster on the back.
That's funny though. That's very nice. And I thought that.
Yeah, and it was my very first gold piece that I ever owned. And,
Alden, you said you like 20s?
Yeah, I do.
Now I thought the
Which one do you want?
Should be on.
Ooh-wee. Look at that, Alden. Holy mackerel.
Oh.
Okay, I'm drooling.
Yeah, look at that. Holy Mackerel.
Frank will be in Baja
amazing.
tomorrow, so he'll be MIA, and because he'll be in Mexico.
Brad.
You want a 65?
Oh,
That's my favorite. Right
Yeah, they
there.
did, Brad.
look at that. Look at that.
Did we answer the question though about the 1982D?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody did.
But I
No.
thought 82 was supposed to be on copper.
Well, 82 was the year that they did.
Okay, yeah, you need I have to,
Just a second.
yeah, I believe either way, it's gotta be, I think it's gotta be a small date, 82 Denver.
Whatever one's missing from there.
Okay. Let's see, that's an 82D small date zinc, 82D large date zinc, 82D large date copper, 82, there is no, yeah, it's 82D small date. So it would have to, ooh, I don't know that we can get that video, yeah. I have to show it to you guys. I do have that. Be around tomorrow at the show. I've got one of these sets similar to this, and I can show you the 82D small date. The small date has got a hump on the date of, or on the date itself. So if you can find the 82 Denver, that's 3, got to be a large date or small date, and it's got to be weigh the 3.1 grams. So there you go. Okay, it won't let me. You know,
They made them so much better than the pennies or the cents, the Lincoln cents. The ones that were made after, like in the 90s and stuff, were not as, I don't know. I just don't like them. They're more digital looking, like they use digital design to make them. I like the 80s. They make.
You have a lot of stuff in your case. And does that all have to be taken out and put in the back each night?
Not all of it.
Not all of it.
Most of it.
I mean, I could take a couple weeks and work there and be cleanup crew.
Okay.
I don't know how he sleeps at night. How do you sleep
Very well, thank you. On my bed of 20s.
I'm sure you have plenty of security around there, but that's looks like a big job. I mean, you have a pretty big shop. I mean, a lot in the case to look at.
I would buzz people in and buzz them out, Brad. Do they buzz in and buzz out of your shop?
No.
No, you're a good guy. You're a good guy. Because the one that we go to, the bullion dealer, we go to a bullion dealer and you have to buzz in and buzz out. There's a little section where you're stuck there until he lets you in.
Well, that's pretty what you're showing us right there.
No.
Yes.
What doesn't
That's
he
a
have,
Titanic
Nick?
coin.
Has everything, Nick.
Mhm.
Holy mackerel. Look at that.
Okay, so the whole coin is not just the bright silver piece. The whole black thing is, it's a kilo.
That's cool.
It is a kilo of silver Titanic coin.
So when you say Titanic coin, are you saying that's just a
RMS Titanic? You know, the big boat that sunk?
I do know the big boat that has sunk. So I'm asking you, is this
it's a
part of
commemorative? It's a commemorative.
It was a ship, not a boat.
It's just okay. It's just,
Yeah,
but I'm
yes,
asking because
excuse
a
me.
lot has been brought up from those ships. I went to a Titanic museum and it was in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was huge. And they did have a couple coins, so that would be cool too, is to get a couple coins that were literally off the ship.
I don't think have sold any of the coins that came up off the Titanic. I think those are all museum pieces.
Okay,
Exactly. Yeah.
There are
so
very
that's why I
few-
was asking you if that was literally.
There are very few things that came off of the Titanic that are for sale to the public compared to other shipwrecks.
Okay.
The size of that reminds me of a medal, like a medal. You know what I mean?
It's the size of your head. You know,
Exactly. And so they call it a coin, though, huh?
it is a coin. It had Queen Elizabeth on it, and I don't know which one of the small countries that England owned that made it. One of Isle of Man or something, but it is technically a coin.
Okay. What don't you have, Brad? I did ask you a couple things. That
I
you
do
didn't
not
have.
have. I do
You
not
have
have
Disney. And the Native American currency.
Yeah, I don't have any of that right now.
Those are
I mean, we've
so
had the $5.
cool.
We've had the $5 Onapapa before, and
Native
okay,
American
thanks, Frank.
currency, speaking of which, Alden, is beautiful. They did such a good job on the artwork. I mean, it's just makes the presidents look ugly, and that's what I think anyway, but you know what I mean? It's really nice. A friend of mine had a whole sheet of it. Yeah,
Cool.
I don't know where he got it, Brad, but he had a whole sheet of, like, it wasn't even cut apart Native American money.
Yeah, I bought
But
it.
he
In fact,
passed away. They were on it.
last week I bought a set from Robert of Native American coins. I had never really heard of it.
I'm
In
talking
fact,
about the
you're-
currency. Yeah.
Oh, I know, but I love the coins.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it nice? So much better.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They're beautiful.
I just got them yesterday. I haven't even put them up yet. I
The
haven't even put them in
artwork
the safe
and
yet.
the, you know, the carving and
I love
everything
it.
is so
Yeah,
beautiful.
but now the artwork on the currency, that is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal, yeah.
Ronald asks if I have any Disney cash. I do not at this time. I've had it in the past. I sold it to actually one of the ladies that works for PCGS, has an extensive collection of Disney memorabilia, and I sold it to her.
Do you do any business with Kagan?
I've done business with them in the past.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think of the Spanish gold coins from the Royal Mint?
Oh, the new ones?
Mm-hmm. The new ones, because he helped with that series and got that series together.
Nice
yeah,
question,
I really don't
Nick.
have an opinion on that. That's not for me, to be honest with you. I like the old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The Cobbs, right? He likes the
Yeah,
Cobbs.
hold on a second.
Me too.
Here we go again.
Hi, matey. Yeah. Sailors.
Where's he going, on a safari?
Yep.
I did. I went on a safari.
He's like, it's like your tiara, Nick. You know.
Yes, I do have my tiara. If anybody wants, I mean.
Oh, Brad. Oh.
Okay. See the little counter mark there? This is one
Yes.
of the Cobbs from Potosi that was undervalued because of the weight and the fineness, and it was reduced in value. And I just picked that up at an auction for my collection.
Nice. I'm drooling now. No,
yeah,
I'm
we
drooling.
talked about those a few
That's
weeks
sweet.
ago.
Oh, I love it. It's all history. I just want to touch it.
I'm crowned coin
Oh,
royalty.
nice, Nick. She's wearing her tiara.
Yes, crowned.
She wears it
coin
well.
royalty.
There you go.
You wear it well, girl.
Thank you.
I gotta say.
Hey, she's a princess. What can you
Yeah,
say?
I know.
Hey, Alden,
Well,
you
when
remember
we're talking about the queen, I have to bring out the tiara.
Alden, you remember a song from probably the late 60s, I guess? Lady Godiva?
She's a chocolate.
Yeah, I remember.
It's chocolate.
Yes. We're
It's
going to have to start calling Nick
I'm
Lady
not that
G.
old. I'm not that old. I was a tyke. I was a little tyke.
I don't.
I am. I'm that
I
old.
have no idea what he's talking about. I don't know the song.
Oh my.
So there's books behind you. So there was books behind you, but there's more books over there.
Yeah,
That's
there's
cool.
some of the books I have for sale. On
Okay, holy
There are
smokes.
Dansko albums and Whitman folders and, things for people to put coins in.
So
So
I'll
those are
make a
some of the
confession.
supplies.
Gonna bring some cash with me, huh?
Wait, his mic's off. What did you say, Robert? Your mic's off.
Yeah, his mic's off.
I don't know where the mic's at then, but he is a real coin shop, I said.
Oh, well, I never doubted that for a minute, but my goodness, from what I'm used to, that's big. Except I did go into, I think it was Allen's coin store in
Sure.
Ohio. Do you know of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the person that helped me, I did not like.
Well, that's okay. You can come here. You won't like the guy that helps you here either.
Really? You going to help me, or is it going to be you?
Yeah, it's going to be me.
Oh, well, I
Nah,
like you better than him. Okay, so who do we got here, Brad?
baseballs.
I know, but who signed them?
Let's see, Tony Perez, Johnny Bench,
Johnny
Reds
Bench.
players. That's a bank. Those are not real signatures.
Nick loves the sports stuff. Yeah.
I
She's
do.
into it.
George
Yeah.
Foster.
There's some
But,
sports stuff that
No,
you can
don't
buy
show
that's
those.
just as much.
Don't show
I mean,
those. Those are icky.
you can buy them as just as much as you can buy a lot of coins for. I mean, sports memorabilia. If it's a good player, they can sell for big money.
Sure. You've heard of a guy by the name of Babe Ruth, right?
Of course. Don't shut up. Let me see.
She's rolling her eyes, you guys. You know how she rolls her eyes.
No, I'm not rolling my eyes.
That is so funny when she does it. Just kills me.
I want to see whatever. Do you have Babe Ruth stuff?
No, I've had Babe Ruth baseballs in the past.
Oh, okay. I thought he was going to show me one. That's why I was like, shut the front door. I want to see it.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I was getting all excited, Brad. I mean,
he was quite the man. And I think I met somebody that was related to him. Oh, I know. He looked just like him. But anyway, yeah, Babe Ruth. What a guy.
Yeah. They just sold his home in Connecticut that his
Did
home.
they?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Connecticut. I've never been there, so I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, no, I just love I read the history of Fenway Park. I mean,
are you in Maine or Rhode Island, Nick?
I'm in Maine.
You're up there. You're way up there. Okay.
But my daughter plays softball in Rhode Island quite a bit. So I mean, Rhode Island's so small, and I'm in Massachusetts a lot too. So they're just New England.
That's where the accent comes from, right? Rhode Island.
Maine?
Those people. No,
Maine. It's down east. Where'd Alden go?
I don't know. He runs away sometimes, huh?
No, wait. Go back to those big books if you can. The binders.
Yeah, what are those?
So
Can we come back here again for a second?
There you go. Okay. Nice. I like those type binders, but I have big ones like that I put my I think Alden showed it last week where he put his slabbed coins in.
His slabs in it?
Yeah, I have one of those. I have a few of those.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
You asked before another book that I was a part of?
Yes.
So, what?
No, I mean, that's a great book to have of circulating
counterfeits of the Americas. Yeah. This is the Coinage of Americas conference that the ANS sponsored. This is the 1998 conference, and my co-author and I gave a paper at that conference.
Oh, that's interesting.
So you're very good at telling counterfeits, Brad. Huh?
Well, this was all about counterfeit bust $half too, which is really
nice.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
very important. Very important to know the difference.
Yeah, you got it. Oh,
look at that. That's cool.
Just a second. We'll get there. So that starts our
oh, that's very interesting, Frank.
Nice, Brad. Right on.
Very interesting. So it does it just have the bust dollars?
$half. That's what we spoke about.
Okay.
There were other presentations on other coins of the time period that were commonly counterfeited.
Well, see, I think those type of books are very important for awareness on counterfeiting coins, especially now more than ever. Because I think
the older they are, as soon as they make them, there's people trying to counterfeit them. Yeah,
there's so many more sources for people to buy coins right now, and hitting people that would not normally buy coins. Amazon.
Glad you asked about counterfeit coin books. Here are two new books that have been printed in the last few years. One of them is on the copper and nickel coins, and the other one is the silver coins, 3-cent pieces through quarters. And Winston is working on redoing, I think, the larger denominations.
Right, because I think American Silver Eagles are one that I would think would be an important one as well.
Well, no, these are contemporary counterfeits, ones that were made in 2 centuries, in the 1800s.
Okay.
Yeah, because they were doing it then too. They were counterfeiting them then.
Right, but they were counterfeiting then to fool the merchants, not to fool collectors.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
So these
Clipping
are
'em.
the coins that were made to be spent.
And
Now,
clipping them.
is
They
that
used to
why they
clip off a
stopped
little bit of
making
silver.
the Indian head gold piece because of what was the story behind why they did that, Brad?
I can
Because
tell you the
Roosevelt
exact
stopped
time the
making
first
gold.
counterfeit was made.
They stopped making the Indian gold because
After they made the new
Roosevelt
one.
stopped
Yeah.
gold.
I think.
Well, okay, I know, but I thought that there was a piece that they were counterfeiting more because of, I don't know. I'll have to look it back up.
So
Oh,
the I'm
Robert,
sorry.
your volume's way down. What I was going to say is, I can tell you the exact day that the first counterfeit was made was the day after the first coin was made.
That's what I said, Alden. Exactly.
Okay,
Somebody's
hey,
trying to
look
cheat,
in the
you
upper.
know?
Oh nope, go over there. Go over to Little Robert.
Little
Frank,
Robert.
there are books on counterfeit coins. Thank you.
Nice,
Look,
Brad.
aren't those great?
These are educational. Very educational.
That's a page out of a book.
Wow. Sad, isn't it?
That's crazy.
That's one of my favorite books.
I love that.
That book was printed in England in the 1850s.
That is so cool.
And the quote unquote coins there are plaster casts of real coins that were then covered with metallic foil, either copper, gold, or silver metallic foil. And
That's really neat.
they are recessed into a piece of cardboard, and there are, I think, 11 of those pages in the complete book.
Wow.
And I have a complete book. I basically bought 2 books and combined them to get a complete book, because after a while, people lose the little foils, and the glue dries out over hundreds of years. So
I wonder how many people fell for those counterfeits at that time.
well, those were not actually counterfeits. That was made as a one. There's no reverse to those. It's just the obverse.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
the author went to the British Museum and got plasters made and then reproduced them and put them in his book.
That's kind of that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and what gets me, I mean, the modern counterfeits, like I came across the C.C. Morgan. I think it was in 1881, maybe. It was a rare one. I don't remember which one it was, but it was made out of silver. I mean, I've got a gun that'll tell you if it's silver or gold, how much, and everything. It weighed perfect, looked good. Only thing that threw me off was the rear design wasn't right. And I got to looking at it, and I told the guy, I said, "You might want to check this out." Come to find out, it was a dealer, local dealer here in Asheville, and he said, "I don't know how you knew that, but you were right. It is a counterfeit." And because I went back a week later and I was going to buy the coin. I was interested in it because I was putting my Morgan set together at the time. And but knowing the designs and knowing what each year and what the reverse and what the obverse looks like, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
The 2 most counterfeited coins in American coinage would be the trade dollar and the Morgan. Maybe I'm wrong, but I believe so.
I think you're pretty close. We are getting close.
Real quick, yes, we are getting close to the end, everybody. So if you have a question about the library, about a book, if you're interested in one, bring the questions out now, because we only got about 5 minutes left. Just letting you all know that.
I have to say, I am very impressed with the library, and I wish I was there so I could thumb through them, because I think that I would find new interest of different things that I would like to read about if I had a vast library like that.
Yeah.
Well, people ask me a lot of times, how do I choose my coin dealer? And I tell them by the size of their library.
Yeah.
If a coin dealer says, "Well, you can look everything up on the internet," well, you can if you know what you're looking for. But
there's nothing like thumbing through a book, though, either.
it is something else, you know, because, you know, the library at Alexandria, you know, just look at the great storehouses of information throughout history. It's been the library. And
Yeah.
well after I think some of these gigabyte and terabytes of information are lost, you'll still be able to go to the bookshelf and pull down your book and read it. So
paper, yeah, it's paper. It won't be
paper is
dissolved.
cool.
Yeah.
If
no.
you care for it, it'll last a long time.
I would, Brad, I would love to have a copy of those 2 new counterfeit books.
Yeah, me too.
We can't
Very
hear you,
interesting.
Robert.
Yeah, Robert, your volume's way down.
You on mute, then he will.
Yeah, I can barely hear him.
But
You
it
can
just,
try-
you know, I just
try
want
to
to
pick up
Yeah.
Mike. He
Um,
needs to pick up Mike.
that
Chad, put Chad's comment up that just came through, would you?
Okay, Chad.
So Chad just sent a note. That's kind of neat. I was always been thrilled with
That's
pyrotechnic, but if you want to get them graded, Paper Money Guarantee, which is a division of NGC in Sarasota, Florida, would be my choice. So
and they're close to Disney too.
they are close
right
to-
there. They're
but
right outside of
grade
Orlando.
them. They will grade them. You'll be happy with the presentation when it comes back. So that would be if they were mine, that's where I would send them.
And back to you, Robert.
Very good advice, Brad. Very good advice.
Well,
I
we
agree.
try.
Mhm.
I don't know what happened there.
My sister worked for Disneyland. I know a lot of people that did. I'm from California, and originally,
There's-
You were just bedazzled.
Okay.
Nick
Okay, I'll
Nick
tell you what.
Nick tilted her head and the lights
she's
showed
got her
up.
tiara on. She
Well,
looks
not-
good.
No, I might become a Disney princess one day.
Oh, you can do it. I'm sure you could. How tall are
You
you?
would be a perfect Cruella de Vil.
She's not tall enough. She's
I'm
not tall enough.
5'5".
My sister
That
was
you wouldn't.
Donald
We
Duck,
love you,
you
Nick.
guys.
No, and I love you all.
Did you hear me? My sister was Donald Duck, and you have to be a certain height.
Oh, is that right?
And you have to be able to, she was Donald Duck, she have to be stocky enough to wear the costume. It's very heavy.
Well, I just want
I can tell you guys stuff.
What we have
Hey.
here on this panel, though, we have Robert and we have Brad, and they've contributed to a lot of these books. So
Yes, they have.
My
think of
suggestion
knowledge
to everybody,
haven't
is go mute and let Robert say what he's got to say,
Oh,
because that's the
You're
only way we're
right,
going to
Alden.
hear him.
Shut up, everybody. Okay. All right.
I don't know that they're going to hear me now because I don't know. how the
Here,
mic is.
here, talk into my mic.
Okay, guys.
There, better.
Is that better? Good.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. We are about done here. Just so you know, we're going to start saying our goodbyes. Guys, we did the best we could on this stream.
I think it worked out well.
This is not our normal router. I've got fiber optics, which of course brings us through a lot quicker, a lot better. So sorry about that. Hope you enjoyed it. Also, if you have any questions about the books, feel free to send me a email or Brad an email,
go through
and
my
we'll be
website
happy.
and send
Yeah,
it.
you can go to the website, and he'll be happy to take and update you on any of the books there. Okay.
What a great
so-
storefront. Look at the windows. Great.
hold
Look
on
at
there.
that. You can
There
see
we
the
go.
city, and we can see Brad too, but I'm looking out the windows. What a great storefront.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
That's gorgeous. I mean, that's a huge store, Brad.
Well, thank you. And that's and the church that you see across the street is St. Xavier Church in downtown Cincinnati. That's been there for, I don't know, 150 or so years. And you know, so Florida.
Lorelita.
Hey, baby
You hardly
doll.
ever get to see everybody, but so like anyway. So
I
Robert,
thought it went well today. I really did. I mean, we had a few technical issues, but who
once
doesn't?
we got
I
it
think
figured
went
out,
well.
we went around the corner
Yeah.
and got it right. So
Yep.
Robert's gonna send us around the bend here, and everybody can say their goodbyes. And do we have anything going on for next week, Robert?
I don't have it. No.
All right, we'll figure out something on the fly for next week. So,
You got the voice thing.
Alden, you're up first.
All right, guys. It's been a great stream. I've really enjoyed it. I've learned a lot. There's a couple of books that I want to purchase, but make sure if you've got any questions or you want anything from Brad or Robert, go to the website, let them know what you're interested in, and they'll point you in the right direction. And love you all and Godspeed. And as my final thing, I usually say, hello, darling. Bye-bye.
Love that.
Nick,
it's my turn. Well,
you're
thank
up
you,
next,
Brad,
Nick.
for showing us your library and how vast it is. I'm very interested in learning some more about those books. And there's some I would like to purchase as well. But I do thank you for sharing and showing us your shop. And anyways, nothing's coming up for me. So we'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining us.
B.
I just want to say thanks to everyone that came, and I had a great time. I always do. And I would appreciate if you guys would sub. I don't have very many subs for some reason. I don't know, but I could use the subs because I plan on doing some live things myself. It would be lots of fun. So, but I just wanted to thank everybody for coming. And I want to thank you, Brad, for all the information you provide us with. We need it. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much. I tried typing it in and it doesn't like when I type in a website, but it's coinspluscincy, CINCY.com. If you have questions about books, coins, etc., you can reach me through our website. We do sell many of the books that I showed you today. So if there's a particular book you would like to purchase, you can get in touch and I'll be happy to let you know if I have it, and if I don't, where you might be able to get it. So we're all about helping collectors here. So thank you all very much for coming and showing some interest in books. And oh, Robert's putting everything on me this week. I hope I get a bigger paycheck than normal. But but it was nice seeing, you know, Robert Jr. and Flordelina today. They got on camera so you could see why they don't usually get on camera.
Oh, come on.
So, but thanks very much for tuning in, everybody, and asking questions. And we'll see you next week. We'll come up with something hopefully that will satisfy part of your numismatic interest for next week. And for Robert and all the gang, good night and good luck. Happy hunting.